All right, let's get right into it. We're going to go under the hood of a massive world that most of us don't really think about, the automotive aftermarket. And using the latest report from Greenwich Capital Group as our guide, we are going to explore the huge forces and the big money that decide what happens to your car long after you drive it off the lot.
Most people think the story ends the moment you buy the car. But really, that's just chapter one. The real action, the long game, happens in all the years that follow. We're talking maintenance, repairs, upgrades, and that is where a multi-billion-dollar industry is waiting.
So what exactly is the automotive aftermarket? Well, simply put, it's everything that happens to a car after it's sold for the first time. It's the new brake pads, the oil changes, the custom rims you've been eyeing. It's the whole ecosystem that keeps our cars running and makes them our own.
But listen, this industry is not just sitting idle. The latest report highlights 4 massive forces that are completely shaking things up, and this affects everyone, from the giant parts manufacturers all the way down to your neighborhood mechanic. Let's break them down.
First up, we've got some major supply chain shocks. New tariffs are creating huge headaches. And this isn't some abstract economic headline. It means the parts your mechanic needs are getting tougher to find, and you guessed it, more expensive. That puts a real squeeze on everybody.
Yeah, and this really shows you how complicated it all is. I mean, just think about the crazy journey a single car part takes to get from a factory to your vehicle. These new rules slow everything down, creating bottlenecks that can mean your car stays in the shop way longer than it should.
The second force is one we're all feeling in our wallets: inflation. As everything gets more expensive, people are, of course, looking for ways to save money. And in the auto world, that means we're seeing this big shift away from pricey name brand parts to more affordable stuff, like generic, remanufactured, or even recycled parts.
This image just says it all, right? Keeping a car on the road is not optional, but people are getting a lot smarter about how they spend their money. And this whole trend is creating massive opportunities for companies that can deliver reliable parts without the premium price tag.
Now, let's talk about something a little more fun. We're seeing this huge demographic shift. A growing wave of drivers under 45, especially those buying used cars, don't just see their car as a way to get from A to B. For them, it's about personalization, and that is fueling an absolute boom in accessories and performance upgrades. And finally, the fourth force is technology. Your car is no longer just an engine and 4 wheels, it's a computer. It's packed with cameras and sensors for things like lane assist and automatic braking. That's all great for safety, but it's turning what used to be a simple repair, like replacing a windshield, into a really complex and expensive job.
Seriously, the days of just swapping out a part are over. Now, a repair isn't done until all those sensitive systems are perfectly recalibrated. That takes expensive, specialized tools and a whole new level of training, which drives up the cost for you and me.
Okay, so with all these big changes happening, where's the smart money going? Well, if you follow the deals being made, the mergers and acquisitions, you get a really clear picture of how the industry is planning for the future.
And check this out. After a bit of a quiet period, deal-making has come roaring back. We saw 29 major transactions in just the first quarter of 2025. That tells you confidence is back, and companies are ready to make some big moves.
But who's actually doing the buying? This table makes it crystal clear. A whopping 95% of the buyers were strategic. Now, what that means is you have existing companies in the industry buying up their competitors to get bigger and more efficient. It's not outside investment firms just looking to flip a company for profit. This is about consolidation. And this quote from the report just nails the strategy. Right now, it's not about risky, fast growth. It's about being smarter, leaner, and more efficient. Companies are buying each other to cut costs and lock in a steady, dependable stream of cash.
So with all this consolidation and change, it's no surprise that not everyone's coming out on top. When you look at how these companies are doing on the stock market, you see a pretty clear split. It's really a tale of 2 different aftermarkets.
And you don't have to be a Wall Street pro to see what's happening in these charts. On one side, you have sectors that are climbing high, and on the other, you have sectors that have basically fallen off a cliff. That 3-year trend on the right is what really tells the story of who's built to last.
So here it is, the big takeaway. The winners are the need-to-have parts of the industry, the distributors who get you the essential parts and the tech platforms that make it happen. They are soaring. And the big loser? The nice-to-have stuff, the enthusiast and off-road market. When money gets tight, those custom upgrades are the first thing people cut from the budget. And that massive 63% drop says it all.
So after all that, what does this mean for the road ahead? Let's boil this all down into a few key things that are going to define the future of how we all take care of our cars. Okay, here are the 3 things you really need to remember. First, the incredible tech in our cars is completely changing the repair game, making it way more complex. Second, value is absolutely king right now. As we all watch our budgets, cheaper parts are winning out. And third, the industry is getting smaller, with the big fish getting even bigger to become more efficient.
And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Your car isn't just a machine anymore, it's a rolling supercomputer. The days of the simple neighborhood fix-it shop might be numbered. So the real question for all of us is, in this new, high-tech world, who are you going to trust to keep that computer safely on the road?